My dear students of class 9A and 9B, today I am introducing you a new lesson. The name of the lesson is the Mughal Empire. The Mughal Empire. The points are literary sources, Aini Akbari, Akbarnama, archaeological sources. Now, literary sources. Before going to discuss about the literary sources of the Mughal age, I must give you some introduction of the founder ruler who established the Mughal dynasty in India. Who was the founder ruler of the Mughal dynasty? Do you know? He was Babur. Babur established the Mughal rule in India by defeating the last Sultan Ibrahim Lodi in the first battle of Panipat in the year 1526. After the defeat of Ibrahim Lodi in the first battle of Panipat, Babur established his dynasty named Mughal dynasty. Besides, there are certain sources through which we come to know about the Mughal age and about the rules of different Mughal rulers. There are two sources through which we gain knowledge about the Mughals and their administration. That is, literary sources, and second one, archaeological sources. Now, literary sources. Babur himself wrote his autobiography named Babarnama. Babur himself was a good writer. He wrote his autobiography Babarnama. From the book Babarnama, we come to know about the rules and regulations of the Mughals during the reign of Babur, and what was about the social, political, economic and cultural condition of India during the reign of Babur, we also come to know by reading the book autobiography of Babur, Babarnama. And second one, Tariq-i-Rashidi, Mirza Haidar Tughlaq wrote about the rule of Babur and his life and times. Another one wrote. And another one, Humayun Nama. Humayun Nama was written by Gulbadan Begum. Who was Gulbadan Begum? Gulbadan Begum was the sister of Humayun, means daughter of Babur. She was a good writer. She wrote the autobiography of Humayun Nama. And next one, Abul Fazl's Akbarnama and Aini Akbari. These are the two parts. Aini Akbari had 5 volumes. The last one were the sayings of Akbar, and the first volume deals. The first volume of written by Akbarnama, written by Abul Fazl, the court poet and the famous of the 9 jewels of Akbar's court. He was Abul Fazl. You know, there are valuable sources for gathering knowledge about the culture, about the economic stability, about the administration, about the military skills of the Mughals during the reign of Akbar. We come to know from these literary sources written by Abul Fazl. Abul Fazl wrote it in Persian language, Aini Akbari and Akbarnama. Aini Akbari comprises of 5 books, as I told you earlier. The first of which describes the royal household. The second one gives detailed information about the civil and military services and the servants of the emperor. And the third book gives detail about the administration of the empire and discuss how the empire was divided. The fourth book provides information about science, literature, social customs, tradition, Hindu philosophy, etc., etc. And the last one means fifth and the final book is the book of many sayings of Akbar. Akbar quoted so many new things. The quotations of Akbar are written in the last book, in the fifth book by Abul Fazl. The Akbarnama is nothing but a primary source that informs about the Akbar's life, the royal household and the royal court. How did Akbar establish a strong administration? How did Akbar establish the Mughal rule in India strongly? What policy Akbar adopted by which he was able to strengthen the unity among the Indians and gain respect from the Indians. The policy of matrimony also gave him a strong position. The entire Rajput nation became loyal to Akbar and his rules. The policy of matrimonial alliance helped Akbar to establish cordial relationship with the Rajputs. The Rajputs were warrior class people, my dear students. Akbar felt it. That's why Akbar in order to establish friendly relations with the Rajputs, he adopted the policy of matrimonial alliance and got married Rajput princess Jodhabai. Besides, Akbar was a social reformer also. He received no education, he could not sign also. But yet, his thirst for knowledge was compared to a sea. He invited the saints of different religions and heard their views, the religious explanation in his Ibadat Khana. By this way, Akbar established a cordial relations with different communities of India and proved that he was a tolerant ruler. He felt that India was a large country where there were so many languages, so many, religious sentiments, so many, groups. He wanted to bring them under one umbrella. That's why Akbar is known as Akbar the Great. Now, archaeological sources. What are the archaeological sources about the age of Akbar? Akbar, the Mughal Empire established a strong dynasty in India. The policy of Akbar helped other Mughal rulers to achieve success. After Akbar, Jahangir came to power. Jahangir also followed the policy of Akbar. However, like any other period, coins play an important role to determine about the chronology because the Mughals made so many coins made of gold, silver, etc., etc. Because royal treasury, from mint, they eventually made coins because during the period of the Mughals, the trade and commerce flourished and there was a good trading relations with other countries of Asia, Africa, Europe through sea route. So many foreign traders started coming to trade with our country. But the fact is, archaeological sources, the Mughals realized that they must construct new buildings, new palaces, mosques, monuments, etc., in order to show the glory and image of the Mughals. And while constructing, they followed Indo-Mughal architecture. The Indian architecture also attracted the Mughals. So they followed the Indian style of architecture. So they are formed a mixture, of both Indian and Mughal architecture. Taj Mahal was constructed by Shah Jahan in order to commemorate the image of her wife. Jama Masjid is considered as one of the largest mosques of India. It was constructed by Shah Jahan. Red Fort was constructed by Shah Jahan when he decided to shift his capital from Agra to Delhi. He constructed the Red Fort and named it Shahjahanabad. It glorifies the image of the Mughals because of its good style and architecture, good paintings which are engraved on the wall. So the Mughals left no stone unturned to prove their talents, their skills, to prove their, image. They constructed so many monuments, buildings, and introduced their own style of architecture, own painting, so that the people of this country would remember them forever. And Agra Fort also was constructed with a large area in order to protect the country and its capital. Agra Fort was constructed. It is said that it was constructed by Mughal Emperor Akbar. But at the same time, Akbar also temporarily shifted his capital from Agra to Fatehpur Sikri, a place near one Muslim saint lived. Akbar had great respect for him. Akbar realized that India and Indian people were fond of encouraging good rulers. Since the last Sultan Ibrahim Lodi was an incompetent ruler, not competent enough, and never looked after the administration, always remained busy with the dancer on the floor, and spent a lot of money, led a very luxurious life. Babur heard it. So from Babur's time, the Mughals proved that they had come to India to establish a new dynasty, not to lead a very luxurious life, but to prove that the Mughals were efficient rulers, established good administration, removed the distress of the common people, gave them all comforts, encouraged them to cultivate crops all types, satisfied the needs and expectations of the people in general. Law and order was established strongly. As a result of it, people became rich, prosperous, wealthy. The same technique and method also was followed by other Mughal rulers from time to time. That's why we come to know about the Mughals from two sources, the literary sources and the archaeological sources. Next day, I shall discuss about the monuments and the buildings constructed by the Mughals from time to time. Who were the Mughals who constructed the buildings, and where were the buildings, the monuments situated? Next day I shall discuss. Thank you for this.